Welcome to Jesus Saves. If you've been longing for a word straight from the heart of God, you're in the right place. This isn't just another video, it's a divine conversation. So take a deep breath, quiet your soul, and let God speak to you right now.
My beloved child, before you even began watching this video, I had already seen you. I knew this exact moment would come, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine design. The reason your eyes are here, your heart is open, and your soul is yearning is because I, your heavenly Father, called you. I have been calling you gently through the whispers in your heart, through your tears in the silence of the night, through that inner ache that nothing else seems to satisfy. Yes, it was me. And now that you're here, I want you to stay, because there is something I must tell you, something your soul has longed to hear. Let go, just for a moment, of everything that's weighing you down. The noise, the confusion, the guilt, the fear. I want to speak to you without interruption. Let my voice be louder than the lies that have tormented you. Let my presence wrap around you like a warm light in a cold and weary night. Breathe, my child. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. And most importantly, you are not alone. I am here, right now. You've tried so hard to hold everything together. You've carried the weight of expectations, regrets, responsibilities, and pain. You've smiled when your heart was breaking, and you've said, "I'm fine," when your soul was crying for help. I saw it all. Not a single tear has fallen from your eyes without my knowing. I have been beside you in every dark hour, even when you didn't feel me. I never left. I never stopped loving you. My love for you is not like the love of this world. It is not earned, and it cannot be lost. It is as constant as the rising sun, as deep as the endless ocean. I want you to let yourself be loved, not just in words, but in the way you live, in the way you breathe, in the way you finally allow your heart to be at peace. There's a battle happening inside you, one between faith and fear, between your past and your future, between shame and grace. And I have come to fight that battle for you. You no longer have to fight alone. Do you remember the dreams you once had? The hopes that lit up your eyes when you were younger? Somewhere along the way, life tried to steal them from you. But I haven't forgotten. Every beautiful desire, every silent prayer, I hold them all in my heart. And today, I'm breathing life back into them. You may have felt like it's too late. Too much has happened. Too many mistakes. Too much time has passed. But listen to me. Nothing is too far gone when it is in my hands. I am the God who brings dead things to life. And if you would just give me the pieces of your broken dreams, I will restore them better than they ever were. This moment right now, it's sacred, it's holy, and it's personal. You've been through storms that no one else understands. But I was there, in every thunderclap, in every moment when your soul screamed into the void. You wondered if anyone heard. I did, and I wept with you. But now I'm calling you to rise. Not just from your bed or from your sorrow, but from the lies that tried to convince you that you are not enough. You are more than enough because I created you in my image. I placed my spirit inside you. That is why you still feel a longing you cannot explain. Because your soul remembers me. Even when your mind has forgotten, your spirit still seeks me. And I am not far, I am near, closer than your breath. I want to guide you, not force you. I want to embrace you, not accuse you. The world has judged you. People have misunderstood you. But I, your Father, see you completely, and I love what I see. I see strength in your scars, beauty in your brokenness, and hope even in your hesitation. And if you let me, I will write a new chapter in your life. This isn't a call to religion. It's an invitation to relationship. I don't want your performance. I want your heart. I don't need rituals. I long for your surrender. Just talk to me like a child speaks to a loving parent. Be honest. Be raw. Be real. I can handle all of it. Your doubts, your anger, your weariness. They don't scare me. I already know it all. And I still chose you. Let the world rush by. Let the pressures fade. Right here, in the sacred space between you and me, something new is beginning. The heaviness you've carried for so long, it's not yours to carry anymore. Lay it down. Let me take it. Let me carry you. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to fix everything before you come. Come as you are. That is where healing begins. That is where the miracle starts. You have a future, and it's not determined by your past. It's written by my hands, and I only write in love. No failure, no sin, no shame can erase what I've planned for you. And if you feel too weak to believe that, then just rest. I'll hold your faith for you until it returns. My beloved, my chosen, my child, don't give up. You are so close to breakthrough. Don't let the darkness convince you it's permanent. Morning is coming. The light is already rising. You don't have to understand everything to trust me. You only have to take one step, one breath, one moment of surrender. That's enough. I'll do the rest. Because I love you. I always have. I always will. You woke up today carrying a weight that no one else can see. You smiled through it, pretending the pain was manageable, hoping no one would notice. But I noticed. I always do. I know what you carry. I know the heaviness in your chest, the fatigue that doesn't come from work but from weariness of the soul. And I want you to know this truth right now. I didn't bring you this far to leave you here. I didn't bring you through fire just to let the ashes bury you. There is more for you, and it begins the moment you stop trying to hide your brokenness from me. I don't despise it. I don't avoid it. I run toward it. Because within those fragile pieces of your heart lies the greatest opportunity for my glory to shine. You think you're too shattered to be used? But I delight in using what the world discards. I write beauty into broken stories, and yours is no exception. I know how hard it is to trust again. People have failed you. Some who should have protected you ended up wounding you. And in the middle of that betrayal, you built walls to protect yourself. I understand. I saw it all. But I'm not like them. I will never use you, never abandon you, never forget you. You don't need to defend your heart from me. I'm the only one who can truly heal it. Let me into the places you've locked away. The rooms filled with silence, dusted over with fear and regret. Let me walk through them with you, not to shame you, but to restore what has been stolen. The lies that were spoken over you. You'll never be enough. You're too much. You're not worthy. Those are not my words. My words over you have always been, and will always be, you are mine. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are not your failures or your fears. You are not the worst thing you've ever done, nor the worst thing ever done to you. You are who I say you are, chosen, beloved, created with a purpose that nothing and no one can erase. Even if you don't see how yet, even if you've forgotten what hope feels like, I am planting something new in you right now. Small like a seed, but hidden deep in your soul, that seed will grow. If you keep watering it with trust, even just a drop at a time, it will break through the soil of your pain and reach toward the light. You've been waiting for me to show up in thunder and lightning, in miracles and wonders. But sometimes I come in the whisper, in the stillness, in the quiet moment where you finally exhale and realize you're safe. With me, you're always safe. When others walked away, I stayed. When your prayers turned to silence, I listened still. When your faith wavered, I held on. Not because you earned it, but because I love you. I always love you, not just when you're strong, not only when you're obedient, not only when you're praising me, but even when you're lost, doubting, wandering. You were never meant to carry this life alone. I designed you for connection with me, with others who build you up, not tear you down. If you're surrounded by voices that discourage, voices that belittle and remind you of everything you lack, walk away. Not because you're unloving, but because you must protect the flame I've ignited within you. My child, you were made for joy. You were made for peace. Not the kind the world promises, but the kind that steadies your heart even when everything else is shaking. I want to replace your anxious thoughts with my promises. I want to rewire the patterns of defeat that have echoed in your mind for years. But I need your permission. I never force. I always invite. Open your hands. Not just your fists full of questions and pain, but your hands that hold control, that cling to plans, that grasp tightly to your own strength. Let go. Trust me with your tomorrows. Trust me with your children, your finances, your dreams, your scars. Every part of you matters to me, Nothing is too small. Nothing is too shameful. You may have whispered, "I'm tired," to the empty air, but I heard it, and I've come to give you rest. Not just for your body, but for your soul. Deep, holy rest. The kind that no vacation or distraction can give. The kind that lets you sleep with peace and rise with purpose. This isn't just about surviving. I didn't create you to simply make it through the day. I created you to thrive, to live fully, to shine brightly. There is light in you, my light, and it's time for that light to rise. No more shrinking back. No more hiding. No more apologizing for being who I created you to be. If the voices in your life have told you that you're not worthy of something greater, it's time to stop listening to them and start listening to me. I am not limited by what limits you. I am not bound by time, by resources, by fear. And when you walk with me, you're no longer bound either. This journey ahead, it won't be without struggle. I won't promise you ease, but I promise you presence. I promise you victory. I promise you that every battle you face with me will not be in vain. Lift your head. Breathe again. The past doesn't define you. The future is not out of reach. I am doing a new thing even now, and though you may not yet see it, one day you will look back and say, "He was with me all along." I love you, and that love will carry you where your own strength cannot. There's a quiet part of you that wants to believe this message is real, that my voice is not just another sound in the crowd, not just another hopeful whisper meant to ease your pain for a moment. And I want you to know it is real. I am real. And every word you're hearing now is not fiction, not fantasy, but the very heartbeat of the one who created you. You don't need to convince me of your worth. You already have it. You've had it from the beginning. Before you ever lifted a finger, before you ever made a mistake, I called you worthy. You keep looking at yourself through the lens of your past. You weigh your value by your performance, your appearance, your success, or lack thereof. But I don't see you through any of those filters. I see you through the eyes of eternity. I see the masterpiece I designed with my own hands. Not one line of your story is accidental. Not one scar is wasted. Every broken moment, I am turning into beauty. You wonder why things had to happen the way they did. Why the people you trusted left. Why the doors you prayed would open remained shut. You've questioned me. You've doubted. And I've never turned away from those questions. I welcome them, because even when you ask with trembling faith, you're still turning to me. And I can work with that. I know what they said about you. I know the labels the world tried to paste on your soul. But my words are louder. My truth is deeper. You are not damaged. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are mine. And what belongs to me, I protect, I restore, I elevate. I am not the God of second chances. I am the God of infinite chances. Every day you wake up is proof that I haven't given up on you. Every breath you take is a whisper of my grace saying, "You still belong. You still matter. There's more." Even when you've hidden your heart behind a fortress of pain, I have seen the small flickers of faith inside you, like a candle refusing to die out. I saw when you smiled through your pain. I saw when you forgave even though it still hurt. I saw when you prayed with trembling hands, not sure I was listening, but hoping I was. I am, I always will be. Let me remind you, your future is not in the hands of your fears. Your destiny is not held by your doubts. I hold it. I cradle it gently in my sovereign hands. And not even the worst storms can snatch it away. I want to walk with you, not ahead of you, dragging you, not behind you, watching you stumble. Right beside you. Every step, every valley, every climb. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to follow. One day at a time. One moment of trust at a time. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. I never asked you to be flawless. I only asked you to be real. Let me meet you in the raw places. The places that still ache. The ones you hide even from yourself. There is no healing in pretending. But in honesty, that's where the miracle begins. You say you've failed too many times. But what you call failure, I call formation. Every time you stumbled and got back up, even when no one saw it, I celebrated. Because that was growth. That was you becoming the warrior I created you to be. You weren't created to blend in. You weren't born to please the crowd. You were chosen to carry something sacred, something rare, my spirit. And that's why you felt out of place in this world. Because your home is with me. Your peace won't be found in status or applause. It will be found in surrender. Let the world chase what it wants. You, my child, chase after me. And in me, you will find everything you didn't even know your soul was longing for. Love that doesn't fade. Joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. Peace that doesn't collapse under pressure. You think it's too late to change your life. But I tell you this, it is not too late. As long as there is breath in your lungs, there is purpose in your life. And not just any purpose. A divine, unstoppable, heaven-written purpose that no one and nothing can erase. Come away from the voices that say you'll never change. Come away from the environments that feed your shame. Step into my presence where truth replaces lies, where grace overtakes guilt, where hope silences despair. You have cried, God, I just want to be whole. And I have heard that cry. I am not ignoring it. I am answering it. Not by patching you up, but by making you new from the inside out. This is not repair, this is rebirth. And you won't have to do it alone. I will walk with you through every layer of healing, every chapter of growth, every season of transformation. You don't need to know the whole map. Just trust me with the next step. And then the next. The same hands that shaped the stars are shaping you now. And I'm not finished yet. What I've begun in you, I will complete. What I've promised, I will fulfill. You don't need to fear the future when you know the one who holds it. So breathe, my child. Take courage. The night is passing, and morning is near. You are not who you were, you are becoming who I always knew you could be. Do you know what I see when I look at you? Not your failures, not your flaws, not your fears. I see fire. I see resilience. I see a soul that refuses to be extinguished, even when the winds of this world have tried to snuff it out. I see someone who has fallen, yes, but someone who has risen more times than they thought they could. I see strength you haven't yet discovered, courage you haven't yet claimed, and a destiny you haven't yet imagined. The world may see your weakness, but I, your father, see your potential. I know every hidden gift inside you, every beautiful thought that's bloomed in silence, every act of kindness no one else noticed. I know how often you choose love when bitterness would be easier. I know how many nights you've fought tears and whispered, "Help me, God." Even when your faith felt like a flicker, that flicker was enough. Because even the smallest spark can start a wildfire of glory when you let me breathe on it. You were not created to live a small life. You were not made to hide, to shrink, or to merely survive. You were made to carry heaven within you, to walk with power, to speak with authority, and to live with purpose. And yes, I know you don't always feel that power. I know fear whispers in your ear, but fear is not your master. I am. And I don't lead with threats. I lead with love. You keep asking, God, can I really change? And my answer is unshakable, yes. But not through your own strength. Through mine. You've tried to do it alone long enough. You've relied on willpower, on perfectionism, on control. And all it's done is wear you down. Let go. Let me take over. I'm not interested in a perfect performance. I want a surrendered heart. Come to me as you are. Angry? Come. Confused? Come. Exhausted? Come. I will never turn you away. I will never shame your honesty. The world may say you're too much, too broken, too far gone. But I say, you are just where I want you to be. In my arms, ready to begin again. Let me speak this into your soul. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for me to do something new. Don't measure your journey against someone else's. You don't know the storms I've brought them through, just as they don't know yours. You are on a divine timeline, written by eternal hands. Trust it. Trust me. I have not changed my mind about you. Not when you doubted. Not when you strayed. Not even when you gave up on yourself. My plans remain, and they are good. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I will finish what I started in you, and no force in hell can stop me. You may have been underestimated by others. They didn't see what I placed in you, but I did. I always have. And now, I am calling that greatness forth. I am calling you to rise, not in arrogance, but in confidence. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing whose child you are. You belong to me. When the enemy tries to accuse you, remind him that your past has been redeemed. When shame tries to speak, let my grace answer louder. When discouragement creeps in, remember my promises. They are not empty words. They are alive, breathing, moving, and working even now. Don't be afraid to dream again. Don't be afraid to hope. Hope is not dangerous when it's rooted in me. It is an anchor. It is your weapon. It is your song in the midnight hour when everything else is silent. You think your mistakes disqualified you? Let me make it clear. My mercy rewrites every disqualification. My love doesn't just forgive, it transforms. What the enemy used to harm you, I will use to elevate you. The pain you thought would break you, I will turn it into a platform. There's a calling on your life that hasn't expired. There are gifts in you that haven't been lost. There's a fire in your spirit that hasn't gone out. It's only been waiting for this moment to ignite again. So rise, my child. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now, this is your moment. I am breathing courage into your lungs and strength into your bones. I am lifting your head, steadying your heart, and placing my hand in yours. We are walking forward together. You won't always understand where I'm taking you, but you can trust the one who leads you. I see the whole path, even the turns that scare you. I see the breakthrough waiting just beyond your next step. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't shrink. Don't silence your voice. Speak life. Live boldly. The world needs the light I've placed in you, and it's time to let it shine. You keep saying, I'm not strong enough. But do you know what I see when you say that? I see someone who's already stronger than they realize. I see someone who has stood when it would have been easier to fall. Someone who kept walking even when the road felt endless. Someone who held on. Not because it was easy, but because deep down they believed there had to be more. And you were right. There is more. And it's closer than you think. You think the battle has drained you, that you've reached the edge. But what if I told you that this isn't the end? It's the threshold. The moment right before everything changes. The moment right before new strength fills your weary bones, and a new chapter begins. You're not stuck. You're in transition, and I'm leading you through it. Yes, you've cried. I caught every tear. Yes, you've struggled. I've stood with you in every step. Even when you didn't feel me, I was there. And now I'm doing what only I can do. I'm turning every pain into purpose, every wound into wisdom, every loss into preparation for what's coming. You've wondered why the breakthrough hasn't come yet, why it feels like you're standing still. But listen closely. In the stillness, I am working. In the silence, I am speaking. In the waiting, I am building you. You may not see it yet, but I have been strengthening your foundation, because the blessing I'm about to pour into your life requires deeper roots. You asked me for miracles, and I heard you. But before I give you what's in my hands, I want to see you release what's in yours. Let go of what you've been clinging to so tightly, the pain, the pride, the old patterns that no longer serve you. Empty hands are ready hands, and I am ready to fill them. My child, you were never called to do this life on your own. You were never meant to carry burdens I died to lift. Why are you trying to fix what only I can heal? Why are you hiding the very parts of you that need my touch the most? I want all of you, not just the good, not just the polished, not just the presentable. I want the broken pieces too. Let me into the places you've hidden out of shame. Let me light up the corners of your soul you've tried to forget. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not bound to repeat your past. I am the God who makes all things new. You think your faith is too small, but I remind you, even faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. It's not the size of your faith that matters. It's the object of it. And if you place even your smallest, weakest faith in me, I will show you strength you've never known. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Don't measure your progress by someone else's chapter. You are on sacred ground, walking your own holy path. I've never rushed you. I've never given up on you, and I won't start now. You say, but I'm afraid. And I say, I know, but I'm with you. You say, what if I fail again? And I say, then I'll catch you and we'll try again. You say, but I'm not enough. And I say, you were never meant to be. I am enough for both of us. You see, this isn't about perfection. It's about presence. My presence in your life. That's what will carry you. That's what will change you. Not your efforts, not your performance, but your surrender. Lay it down, my child. Lay down the armor you've worn for so long. The defense mechanisms. The walls. The silent battles no one else knows about. You don't have to be a warrior alone. I am fighting for you. I am surrounding you with angels. I am shielding you with my spirit. What the enemy meant for harm, I will use for your elevation. Every delay was divine. Every no was protection. Every heartbreak had purpose. You have not been forgotten. You have been forged. And now, I am calling you into a new season. A season of boldness. A season of clarity. A season where you step out in faith not because you feel ready, but because you trust the one who sends you. Lift your eyes. See what I see. You're not the same person who first cried out in desperation. You've grown. You've healed. You've endured. And now you are stepping into your destiny not as a victim, but as a victor. Not as one barely surviving, but as one called, chosen, and anointed. The world needs what you carry. Your story. Your wisdom. Your faith. And I will give you the words to speak, the strength to stand, and the grace to move forward, even when the path is unclear. Don't look back. Don't look down. Look to me. I am your source. I am your strength. And this holy moment is the beginning of more than you ever dared to believe was possible. Let's walk forward, together. The best is yet to come. There's a fire I've placed within you that no storm can extinguish. Even in the nights when doubt wrapped itself around your thoughts like a fog, even in the moments when you whispered, God, I don't think I can go on, the fire remained. Flickered, yes, but it never died. Because it is not a fire lit by your strength. It was lit by mine. I am the one who breathed life into your lungs, purpose into your soul, and destiny into your days. You were never random, never a mistake. I formed you with intention. Every gift you have, every longing in your heart, it's all part of a divine blueprint. And yet, you keep questioning whether you are enough. You compare, you hesitate, you shrink when I've called you to stand. But I didn't ask you to be perfect. I asked you to be willing. Willing to believe that your story is not over. Willing to trust that your pain has a purpose. Willing to stand even when your knees tremble. Willing to walk when the path ahead is unclear. And willing to listen, truly listen, to my voice, not the noise of this world. My child, you are being prepared for something greater than what you see now. I'm not just fixing your situation. I'm forming you. I'm teaching your heart to depend on me, not circumstances. I'm showing you that peace is not found in a perfect life, but in a perfect God. You've been in a season of stretching, and I know it hasn't been easy. There were days you felt like giving up, nights when sleep never came. But look at you, you're still here, still breathing, still searching, still hoping. That is faith. That is strength. That is victory already being written into your life. Don't despise the process. Don't curse the path. I am in the waiting just as much as I am in the miracle. What feels like delay is actually preparation. You see what's right in front of you, but I see everything. I see what you need for where I'm taking you. And I love you too much to send you unprepared. I'm not interested in superficial success. I'm building something eternal in you. Integrity, compassion, depth, discernment, and above all, trust. Because where I'm leading you, the spotlight won't matter if your soul isn't anchored. You've been praying for open doors. I've heard every word. But let me ask you something. Are your hands free to receive them? Or are you still holding on to the past? Past pain, past shame, past identities I never gave you? I've already forgiven what you keep rehearsing. I've already healed what you keep hiding. Let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because I have something better. because I want to give you more, and I can't pour into a clenched fist. Come to me open. Come to me empty. Come to me honest. I don't require perfection. I require surrender. You think your identity comes from what you've done or what's been done to you, but I say your identity comes from me. I call you beloved. I call you chosen. I call you redeemed. Those names are sealed, not by what you do, but by what I already did. Let my truth redefine you, not your trauma, not your failures, not the words of people who couldn't see your worth. I see you. I know you. I love you. Nothing about you shocks me, and nothing about you makes me love you less. I want you to live like you're already free, because you are. I paid that price. I broke those chains. I defeated that darkness. Now it's time for you to walk in the light of that victory. You don't have to be bound by old habits, old fears, old cycles. I've given you authority not just to resist the enemy, but to advance, to take ground, to change the atmosphere around you. Your words carry weight. Your presence brings light. Because I live in you. You say, but I don't feel worthy. Let me remind you, I define your worth, and I already decided that you're priceless. So priceless, I gave my life for you. Not to guilt you, but to free you. This isn't about religion. This is about restoration. I want your heart more than your habits. I want your love more than your labor. I want you to walk with me, not just work for me. This is not a contract. This is a covenant. So rise up, not just in spirit, but in identity. Speak differently. Walk differently. Think differently. You are not who you were. The past has no hold here. The shame has no voice here. The enemy has no access here. You are covered completely, eternally, fully. And now, my beloved, it's time. Time to take the next step. Time to believe again. Time to live not as someone trying to earn love, but as someone already loved. Because that is who you are. And that is who you've always been to me. You've come a long way, my child. Longer than you even realize. There were seasons where all you could do was crawl forward in the dark, unsure of where you were headed, unsure if I was even still there. And yet you kept going. That quiet persistence, that refusal to let go of hope even when everything inside you was trembling. That's what I've been shaping in you. That's where my hand has been most active. Not in your victories, but in your valleys. Not in your strength, but in your surrender. This is the part of the journey where your eyes begin to open. Where you start to see not just where you've been, but where you're going. Where the fog begins to lift and you realize, I wasn't punishing you. I was preparing you. I was refining you, deepening your roots, stripping away the illusions so that what remains is real, eternal, and unshakable. You've carried burdens I never asked you to carry. You've worn masks I never gave you. You've built walls thinking they'd protect you, but they've only kept out the healing I want to give. So today, I'm inviting you to lay it all down, not just at my feet, but into my hands. Let me undo what the world has done. Let me break the chains you've become so used to that you've forgotten they were never meant to be there. You are not meant to live half alive, not meant to love cautiously, hope partially, or believe halfway. I want all of you, not because I demand it, but because I desire you, every fragment, every doubt, every hidden ache. Bring it. There's nothing I won't take. There's nothing I can't heal. I am not afraid of your wounds. I am not distant from your disappointments. I am nearer than your breath, closer than your shadow. When no one else understood you, I did. When no one else stayed, I did. And when you were too broken to pray, my spirit interceded for you with groanings too deep for words. You may not have seen me in the storm, but I was the one keeping you from drowning. You may not have heard my voice in the chaos, but I was the stillness you felt when everything should have collapsed. I was the hand that held you upright when the grief became too much. You thought restoration meant getting back what you lost. But I am doing something greater than returning the old. I'm giving you new strength, new clarity, new joy, new vision. This is not a repair job. This is a resurrection. The ashes of yesterday are not your inheritance. Glory is, and it starts now, right here. Not when everything's perfect. Not when you've proven yourself. Now, because you don't have to prove anything to me. I already chose you. I have appointed you not just to survive, but to rebuild. And I will show you how to build again, not from fear, but from faith. Not from desperation, but from design. Your hands were made to create, to serve, to bless, to lift others. You thought your season of usefulness was over. But I tell you, it's just beginning. I've given you gifts that haven't even been unlocked yet. Dreams that have not yet awakened. You will see them come alive as you walk with me. You will speak words that bring healing. You will walk into places that once rejected you and be welcomed with honor, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. You've said, "But God, what if I'm not ready?" And I say, you don't have to be. I am. I am your readiness. I am your resource. I am your way forward. Just take the next step. I'll be there. And when you get tired again, and you will, I'll still be your rest. When doubt whispers again, and it will, I'll still be your truth. When fear tries to steal your joy, and it will, I will be your strength. Let this be the moment you stop striving and start trusting. Let this be the chapter where peace reigns over pressure, where grace speaks louder than guilt, where my spirit silences every lie. You are not who the world says you are. You are not what your pain tried to shape you into. You are not the result of your trauma. You are the living proof of my mercy, the testimony of my tenderness, the evidence of my redemption. You may feel ordinary, but inside you dwells the extraordinary. My spirit lives in you. My power flows through you. My heart beats with yours. I know the way forward. I've already walked it. And if you hold my hand, I will show you wonders you never thought possible. So take this moment. Take this breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension fall. I am not rushing you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm delighted in you. Right now. As you are. Not just who you're becoming, but who you are already. The restoration has begun. And it's not going to stop until it touches every part of your life. Every relationship. Every memory. Every wound. I will not stop until you are whole. Until you are free. Until you walk boldly in the identity I gave you before the foundations of the earth. This is who you are. Not because you earned it, but because I declared it. And what I declare, no one can undo. I never created you to live in survival mode. You were not designed to wake up dreading the day, carrying the weight of worry, bracing for the next disappointment. I created you for more. For joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. For peace that defies logic. For a life that overflows, not just barely gets by. You've settled for less, not because you lack vision, but because the weight of life tried to convince you that joy was a luxury, not a promise. You've accepted crumbs when I prepared a feast. But today, I'm shaking the dust off your thinking. I'm renewing your mind. I'm removing every lie that said, this is just how life is. No, this is not your permanent reality. This is the middle of the story, and I'm the one writing the ending. You are not called to play small. I didn't place my spirit inside you so you could stay hidden in fear. I placed it in you to transform you, to embolden you, to awaken you, to equip you for impact. You carry something sacred, something this world needs, and the time to walk in it is now. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to have it all together. I'm asking you to believe. Believe that I meant what I said. Believe that my promises were not just for someone else. They were for you. I know your past. Every part of it. I know what people did. I know what you regret. I know the secret places where shame still tries to hide. But I am not ashamed of you. I am not disappointed in you. I am invested in you. Every ounce of grace I poured out, I poured it knowing exactly who you are. Stop believing the lie that says you need to get it all right before you can be used. Some of the greatest miracles I've ever done came through people the world overlooked. I don't need perfection, I use availability. I don't need credentials, I use surrender. You're still wondering if it's too late. And I'm telling you, you're right on time. Right where you need to be. Every detour, every delay, every closed door. I'm weaving it all together. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear, not a single trial. Everything you've lived through is now becoming the foundation for what I'm building next. You thought you were buried, but you were planted. And now it's time to grow. I am raising you up, not for fame, not for comfort, but for influence. Your healing is not just for you. It's for the people who will be healed through you. Your restoration is not just your reward. It's your ministry. You're not just being set free so you can live happier. You're being set free so you can free others. That fear you've battled for years, it ends here. That voice that told you you're not enough, silence it with my truth. That pattern that kept you stuck, going in circles, I've broken it. And now I'm showing you a new way. You're stepping into a season of clarity, of confidence, not in yourself, but in me. Because when you know who your Father is, you stop living like an orphan. When you know who you belong to, you stop begging for validation. I've already given you what you're seeking. Peace? I am your peace. Direction? I am your guide. Provision? I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. You will not lack. You will not go alone. You will not be forsaken. I have surrounded you with angels. I have filled you with power. I have anointed your voice, your hands, your mind. You're not empty, you're equipped. And as you speak, atmospheres will shift. As you walk, doors will open. As you pray, chains will fall. This is not hype. This is not hope based on human strength. This is heaven moving through a surrendered vessel. This is who you are. You've been asking me, God, what do I do next? And I say, walk. Just walk. You don't need the full picture to take the first step. And as you walk, the ground beneath you will rise to meet you. You will walk into places where people see ruins, and you will speak life. You will enter rooms carrying my presence, and people will encounter me before you even say a word. You will carry peace where there was conflict, hope where there was despair, clarity where there was confusion. The enemy's worst fear was never your failure. It was your awakening. And now that you're waking up, now that you're standing up, now that your spirit is rising, I will not let you fall. So breathe deep, square your shoulders, lift your head. This is the part where you stop questioning your worth. This is the moment you embrace your assignment. This is the chapter where your life becomes a beacon for others still trapped in darkness. You are not just surviving anymore. You are rising. You are glowing. You are becoming. And the world is about to see what I always knew was in you. You've walked through fire, and you've come out not burned, but brighter. You've been in the wilderness, and now you carry the scent of survival, of sacred strength, of divine endurance. This is not just a testimony of what I've done for you. It's a declaration of what I want to do through you. This world is groaning, searching, desperate for truth, for light, for something real. And you carry that light now. You carry my spirit. You carry hope like a torch in the night. Don't hide it. Don't dim it to fit in. Don't silence your voice to make others comfortable. I have not brought you this far for you to shrink back. I've brought you here so that others might see me through you. You may feel unqualified. That's good, because it means you'll depend on me. I don't need perfection, I need availability. And your availability is your greatest offering. When you show up with your whole heart, I will do the rest. I will multiply what little you offer. I will anoint what feels small. I will turn your yes into something eternal. There are people waiting for what you carry, waiting for someone who's been through pain and didn't give up, someone who understands, someone who can look them in the eyes and say, I've been there, and there is hope. You don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to fix everyone's pain. You just need to be willing, to be present, to be kind, to reflect my love in a world that has forgotten what love looks like. This is your ministry, not a pulpit, not a platform presence. Love lived out, compassion in motion, truth spoken with tenderness. You don't need a title to be effective. You don't need a crowd to matter. You just need to carry my heart. And you do. You do more than you realize. Every time you chose to forgive instead of hate, you preached the gospel. Every time you lifted someone up when you were struggling yourself, you reflected me. Every time you believed again, hoped again, stood up again, you made heaven smile. This is how the kingdom comes. Not always with loud voices or lightning from the sky. Sometimes it comes quietly, through someone like you deciding not to quit. You've prayed, God, use me. And I heard you. But before I use your hands, I had to heal them. Before I send you, I had to strengthen you. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. So that when you speak, it carries weight. When you touch lives, it brings life. You've seen what it's like to be broken. And now you'll see what it's like to be a builder, a restorer, a voice of calm in the storm, a reflection of my mercy. And the more you give, the more I'll fill. The more you pour out, the more I'll anoint. You will never run dry when your source is me. Let go of the fear of being misunderstood. Let go of the fear of rejection. Let go of the illusion that you need to impress anyone. You don't represent yourself anymore. You represent me, and I will vindicate. I will protect. I will bless what I've called forth in you. Don't wait until you feel ready. You'll never feel ready for something supernatural. Just start. Open your mouth. Step out. Reach across. Love beyond what feels comfortable. And watch what I do. There will be days when you'll feel overwhelmed again. That's okay. Just come back to me. Refill at the well that never runs dry. You're not a machine. You're a vessel. You're not expected to have it all together. You're expected to abide. Abide in me. That's your secret weapon. Your anchor. Your daily rhythm. I am your strength in every conversation, every challenge, every mission I send you on. And don't forget this. What I've placed in you is not ordinary. It's not human. It's divine. It's eternal. The gifts, the words, the compassion, the wisdom, it didn't come from you. Came through you. From me. This is your time. Your season. Your calling. And I'm with you, not just behind you, not just in front of you, but within you. As you walk into every room, remember, I go too. As you speak, remember, my words will carry. As you love, remember, you're not just representing me, you're revealing me. So go. Go in confidence. Go in peace. Go in power. And watch what happens when a fully surrendered heart says, "Here I am, Lord, send me." You've seen what it means to be awakened. You felt the weight of my words stir something ancient and eternal in you. But now I want to take you deeper, not just into a moment, not just into a season, but into a lifestyle of abiding in me. Because revival is not a flash of light. It's a sustained flame. You cannot live on yesterday's bread. You need my word today, fresh, alive, sharper than any sword, not just for knowledge, but for nourishment. Not just to study, but to consume. Let it sink into the marrow of your bones. Let it become your language, your reflex, your response to everything. When you wake up, let my word be the first voice you hear. When the world speaks fear, let my truth answer louder. When anxiety creeps in, fight it with my promises. When confusion clouds your path, let my voice be your compass. This is not about religion. It's about rhythm. It's about learning to breathe with me, to walk in step with my spirit, to build your life not on shifting emotions but on unshakable truth. The world will try to distract you. The enemy will try to exhaust you. But I am your source. I am your rest. And the secret to strength is not striving. It is staying. Staying close to me. Staying anchored in my presence. Staying rooted in my word. You've seen what I can do when you give me one moment. Now imagine what I can do when you give me your mornings, your mind, your routine, your silence. You say, I don't always feel spiritual. That's okay. Your feelings were never meant to lead. My spirit leads. Even when you don't feel it, faith keeps moving. Even when it's quiet, obedience still matters. I'm not just in the high moments. I'm in the mundane ones too. I'm in the drive to work, the washing of dishes, the long walks, the quiet nights. I'm always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Make space for me, not just when life breaks you, but when it blesses you. Not just when you're desperate, but when you're content. I want all of you, and I want to give you all of me, not just once, but daily. Every day you feed your body, but how often do you feed your spirit? Every day you look in the mirror, but how often do you look into my word and remember who you really are? When you don't know what to pray, come anyway. When you don't feel inspired, show up anyway. Because in the showing up, I show myself. In the returning, I reveal my nature. In the daily yes, I transform your world from the inside out. You were never meant to live from moment to moment, breakthrough to breakthrough. You were meant to live from glory to glory. But glory comes not from hype, but from habit. Glory is cultivated in the secret place, when no one is watching, when no applause is given, when it's just me and you. That's where true strength is forged. That's where clarity is born. That's where your spirit becomes unshakable, because it's no longer held up by emotions, but built on truth. And the truth is this: I love you constantly. I speak to you daily. I long to walk with you in every detail of your life, not just in the big decisions, but in the small moments too. You ask, God, what's my calling? And I say, start with communion. Commune with me. Talk with me. Walk with me. Let everything else flow from there. You want direction? You'll find it in my word. You want courage? It's in my promises. You want joy? It's in my presence. The more you know me, the more you become who you were meant to be. You don't need more motivation. You need more intimacy. You don't need louder inspiration. You need deeper roots. Because when the storms come, and they will, it won't be your passion that sustains you. It will be your foundation. So let's build it. Let's dig deep. Let's open the word not as a duty, but as a conversation. Let prayer be your first instinct, not your last resort. Let worship rise even when your heart feels heavy. Let silence become sacred, not awkward. Because in that silence I speak. In that stillness I move. And in that daily surrender I transform. This is the secret to a sustained life of victory. Not hype, not hustle, just habitation. You don't visit me. You host me. You don't run to me only in crisis. You walk with me in covenant. And I promise you this. If you stay with me, if you remain in me, your life will bear fruit. Fruit that lasts. Your words will carry authority. Your home will be filled with peace. Your steps will be guided. And even in dry seasons, you will never wither. Because you are planted by the river. You are nourished by the word. And you are sustained by the one who never fails. This is the life I've called you to. Not one of fear, but of faith. Not one of pressure, but of presence. Not one of chaos, but of communion. So open the word. Come close, and let me speak again. You've abided. You've surrendered. You've listened. Now, my child, it's time to move. You were not meant to remain in waiting forever. The wilderness was for preparation, but now you are crossing over. This is the beginning of manifestation, the beginning of promises fulfilled, the beginning of walking not just with me, but in what I've prepared for you. The seeds I planted in your seasons of silence, they're sprouting now. You may not see it all at once, but trust this. Something is growing. You are stepping into a land you once only dreamed of. You prayed for peace, you will now live in it. You longed for purpose. It's about to surround you. But this promised land is not a place of ease. It's a place of fruitfulness. And fruitfulness requires action. Not striving, but obedience. Not performance, but presence. I am not sending you to build your own name, but to establish my kingdom. There will be voices, internal and external, that tell you you're not ready, that you're still too broken, still too unsure. But you don't have to fight them with arguments. Just walk forward. Let your obedience be your answer. Let your faith be your voice, because I have gone before you. Every step you take from now on is ground taken for my glory. Every conversation you have is a chance to reflect my light. Every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every whisper of truth, it's not wasted. It's warfare. You are not stepping into a platform. You are stepping into a mission field. Your workplace, your neighborhood, your family. These are not distractions from your calling. They are your calling. Ministry is not confined to a building. It is wherever your feet walk in my name. You were born for such a time as this, not by accident, not as an extra in someone else's story, but as a carrier of destiny. You were chosen to bring hope where there was despair, to bring love where there was rejection, to bring healing where there was hurt. And yes, you may feel inadequate. But remember this: Moses stuttered. David was overlooked. Esther was afraid. Peter denied me. Yet I used every one of them, not in spite of their weakness, but through it. Because when my strength meets your surrender, miracles happen. So walk with intention. Speak with purpose. Love without fear. You no longer live just for yourself. You live as an ambassador of heaven. Every moment carries weight. Every word carries influence. You are not small, you are strategically placed. There will be days of resistance. Not everything will be easy. But take heart. Opposition often confirms positioning. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't a threat. And you, my child, are a threat to darkness. You walk with light now. You carry truth. You've been tested, and now you are trusted. So do not fear the weight of the assignment. I will carry it with you. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. And my spirit is your daily strength. You will not run dry. You will not be overwhelmed. Because I will pour into you faster than the world can drain you. And don't forget what brought you here. Stay rooted. Stay humble. Keep coming back to me, not just for power, but for presence. Not just for strength, but for surrender. Because this land I'm leading you into can only be sustained by intimacy with me. The enemy will try to distract you with success, with noise, with flattery, but keep your eyes on me. Let my voice always be the loudest. Let my word be your filter. Let my spirit be your compass. You're not just building a moment. You're building legacy. The seeds you plant today will grow into trees others will rest under. The prayers you pray now will become the protection over generations you'll never meet. Don't underestimate what I can do with one life fully surrendered. Through you, I will reach many. Through you, I will reveal my goodness. Through you, I will change atmospheres. This is not about having a big life. It's about having a deep one. And deep lives shake nations, even if they move quietly. So step forward. Sow generously. Speak boldly. Love relentlessly. Give freely. Forgive quickly. Bless consistently. And trust constantly. You are not stepping into a finish line. You're stepping into a beginning. The fruit is ready. The harvest is ripe. And you are my laborer. Not alone. Not abandoned. But anointed. Let your life preach louder than your lips. Let your walk speak louder than your words. Let everything you do point to the one who brought you here. Because this is your promised land. This is your appointed hour. And I am with you, all the way. Maturity in me doesn't always look like what the world celebrates. It's not loud. It's not always visible. It doesn't seek attention. True maturity is quiet strength. It's choosing love when offense would feel easier. It's choosing patience when urgency surrounds you. It's holding peace in the middle of storms and knowing you don't need every answer. Just my presence. You've grown more than you realize. You've stopped reacting to every wave and started anchoring deeper. You've learned to trust me not only in blessing, but in barrenness. Not only in clarity, but in confusion. And that trust, that unwavering yes even in the unknown, is what sets you apart. The world will keep trying to define greatness by how much you achieve, how much you own, how visible your influence becomes. But I define greatness by how deeply you abide. I see the victories that no one else applauds, the battles you win in silence, the grace you extend when it costs you something. This is what walking with me looks like. Steady, grounded, rooted in truth. You no longer need to chase validation because you are anchored in identity. You don't need to prove your worth because you already know who you are. Maturity isn't about never struggling. It's about learning where to turn when the struggle comes. You've stopped hiding from pain and started bringing it to me. You've stopped wearing your mask and started walking in truth. You've allowed me into the rooms of your soul you used to keep locked. And because of that, you are dangerous to the darkness. You no longer fall for the lies that once held you. You discern quicker. You speak slower. You love deeper. You see further. And now you are not just surviving spiritual battles, you're walking others through their own. I have trusted you with pain because I knew it would produce compassion. I've trusted you with delay because I knew it would birth patience. I've trusted you with silence because I knew it would strengthen your sensitivity to my whisper. You are no longer who you were, and you don't need to apologize for it. The people who knew your former self may not understand your new posture, but that's okay. You were never meant to stay the same. You're not called to please everyone. You're called to please me. Let me remind you, every act of obedience, no matter how small, echoes in eternity. Every moment you choose humility over pride, every time you choose prayer over panic, every time you choose grace over gossip, you are sowing into a harvest you cannot yet see. This is the life of the mature. Sowing when it's hard, loving when it's not returned, serving when no one thanks you, trusting when nothing makes sense. This is faith not built on emotion, but on conviction. This is worship that doesn't depend on feelings. I don't just want to bless you. I want to make you a blessing. Not occasionally, not when it's convenient, but as a way of being. A steady stream of peace, wisdom, mercy, and strength to the world around you. Your life is a message now, not just in what you say, but in how you carry yourself, in how you handle pressure, in how you forgive quickly, in how you walk humbly, in how you lead quietly, powerfully, and with purity. There will still be trials, but now you'll meet them differently. You'll recognize the attack, and instead of shrinking in fear, you'll stand in faith. You'll see through spiritual eyes. You'll know the battle isn't just physical, it's eternal, and you'll fight with weapons not of this world. Prayer, fasting, patience, love, intercession, and truth. Maturity is not perfection. It's consistency. It's not about getting everything right. It's about returning quickly when you get it wrong. And you've learned how to return, not with shame, not with fear, but with boldness, knowing my arms are always open. You've become a steady place for others, a safe space, a light, and this is only the beginning. The deeper your roots go, the wider your branches will stretch. I will increase your capacity not for your sake, but for the sake of those who need what you carry. You carry healing now. You carry peace. You carry spiritual authority. And it's not because you shouted for it, it's because you stayed when it was quiet. Because you kept saying yes when it cost you something. Because you chose me again and again, even when it didn't feel exciting or easy. And now I trust you with more influence, more wisdom, more weight, because I know it won't crush you. You're not building your life on applause, you're building it on the rock. So walk confidently, my mature one, not in pride but in clarity, not in arrogance but in assignment. You're not trying to become someone you've already become, and I delight in who you are. This is the beauty of transformation, not loud, not rushed, but real, lasting, eternal. And you, my beloved, are the living evidence of it. You've been faithful in the hidden places. You've chosen truth when lies surrounded you. You've walked with integrity when no one was watching. And now, I am extending your reach, not so your name is known, but so my love is shown. The world doesn't need louder voices. It needs clearer reflections. And that's what you've become. A reflection of my heart. A vessel of my presence. A walking answer to a hurting world's question. Is there still hope? Yes, there is hope. And you carry it now, not in theory but in testimony. Not in slogans but in scars that have healed. You are proof that healing is possible. That peace is real. That purpose isn't a dream. It's destiny. But this influence I'm giving you is not for comfort. It's for commission. You are being sent into boardrooms and backstreets, into conversations and cultures, into broken systems and weary hearts. You are being sent not with a script, but with spirit. Not with strategy alone, but with supernatural power. You are not just part of a church. You are the church, living, breathing, moving, not confined to walls or labels or schedules. You are the extension of my hands and feet, called to bring restoration where there's ruin, order where there's chaos, and truth where there's confusion. There are systems that need to be redeemed, businesses that need to be rebuilt on righteousness, families that need a new foundation, communities that have been waiting for someone to say, "We can be more than this." You are that someone. I have given you discernment to see what others miss. I have given you authority to speak what others fear. I have given you wisdom that doesn't come from textbooks or experience. It comes from heaven. And with that wisdom comes responsibility. Stay rooted in humility. Remember what brought you here. Never trade intimacy for influence. Never sacrifice your character for reach. The world will applaud your gifts, but I honor your heart. Let your influence be bathed in prayer. Let your ideas be born in the secret place. Let your plans be filtered through my spirit. I will guide you into rooms you never thought you'd enter, but don't go in empty. Go in filled with vision, filled with compassion, filled with the presence of the one who sent you. This world is desperate for transformation, but transformation doesn't start on stages. It starts in hearts, and your heart has become fertile ground, because you've allowed me to till it, to break it, to heal it. And now you're ready. You will influence quietly and profoundly, not through force, but through faithfulness. Through love that cannot be explained, through a peace that passes understanding, through a joy that outlasts sorrow. You won't always see the impact right away, but trust this, you are planting eternal seeds. With every word of encouragement, with every act of justice, with every prayer spoken behind closed doors, you are shifting things seen and unseen. This is how heaven invades earth. Not always in fire and thunder, but in people like you, ordinary, surrendered, listening, moving. And I'm not just sending you alone. I'm raising up others too. A remnant, a generation, a movement of those who live not for popularity but for purpose. And you will find them, those who carry the same fire. You will know them by their fruit, by their humility, by their boldness wrapped in gentleness. Link arms with them, build with them, encourage them, stand with them. You were not created to change the world alone. This is a body, a family, a kingdom, and I am the king. The more I expand your reach, the more I'll draw you back into deeper intimacy. Because great influence without great connection to me is dangerous. But you, my child, will walk closely, and because of that, you'll walk securely. I am sending you into the world, not to be like it, but to transform it. Not with anger, but with mercy. Not with pride, but with truth and love. Not with fear, but with fire. You will speak to nations and to neighbors. You will shift atmospheres and hold the hand of one broken soul. Both are equal in my eyes. Both are sacred. Both are necessary. So go not with fear, but with fire. Not with pressure, but with presence. I am with you. I go before you. I surround you. And the world will never be the same because you said yes. You've walked far. You've fought well. You've said yes when it cost you comfort. You've chosen obedience over applause. And now, my child, come close. Not to strive, not to perform, but to rest. Rest is not the absence of movement. It is the presence of trust. It's not giving up, it's giving in. Giving in to my rhythm, my timing, my hands that never let go. I never asked you to carry the weight of the world. I only asked you to walk with me one step at a time. Even warriors must rest. Even vessels must pause to refill. And this holy stillness is where I pour into you anew. In rest, you're reminded. You are not loved for what you do, but for who you are. You are not sustained by your strength, but by mine. So breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let your spirit exhale. You've done well. Not perfectly, but faithfully. And I am not seeking perfection. I seek hearts that stay, that return, that trust even when they don't understand. This is the beauty of maturity. Not that you never grow tired, but that you know where to go when you are. Not that storms don't come, but that peace remains within you even when they do. You've anchored deep, and now you no longer drift with every wind. Gratitude is rising from your soul now. Not because everything has gone your way, but because you've learned to see my goodness in all things. You've learned that joy isn't the absence of pain, but the presence of purpose. That peace isn't the end of conflict, but the awareness of my hand in the middle of it. Look at how far we've come. Look at how many nights you thought you wouldn't make it through. Yet here you are, not just breathing, but believing. Not just standing, but shining. Not just surviving, but overflowing. Every battle didn't break you, it built you. Every delay didn't disqualify you, it developed you. Every moment of weakness became a doorway for my strength. And now, you're not just thankful for the mountaintops, but even for the valleys. You've learned that I was just as present in your silence as I was in your shouting. Just as near in your tears as in your triumphs. You've come to know me, not just as Savior, but as Sustainer. And this knowing, it has become your peace. Gratitude isn't loud. It's steady. It's quiet reverence that rises every time you remember. He carried me. He never left. He never turned away. He didn't answer every prayer the way I asked, but he answered every cry with his presence. And now your worship has deepened. It's no longer just a song. It's a posture, a way of being, a rhythm that flows through your every word, every thought, every breath. This, my child, is the life I created you for. Not rushed, not reactive, but rooted in me, unshaken, grateful, peaceful, overflowing. You don't need to do more to prove anything. I'm already pleased, not because of your success, but because of your surrender. Not because of what you built, but because of how you remained. Your consistency is rare in a world that moves quickly, but your quiet faithfulness echoes through eternity. And I honor it. I see the prayers you prayed when no one knew, the tears you shed in the dark, the choices you made for good when no one was watching. That's worship. That's warfare. That's faith. And now, I want you to live from this place, not just occasionally but constantly. Let gratitude be your default. Let peace be your protection. Let my presence be your home. This is not a temporary oasis. This is your new normal. A life of rhythm, not rush. Of trust, not tension. Of presence, not pressure. You've learned that real strength isn't shown in how loud you roar, but in how deeply you love, how patiently you wait, how gently you walk. You've become a steady light, and you don't even have to try to shine, you just are. Because when you abide, you glow. And even now, as you rest, I'm still working. Behind the scenes, in the unseen, setting things in place, aligning hearts, opening doors, protecting you from what you don't even know was coming. I am your shepherd, and you shall not want. So stay here a little longer. Let this rest heal what hustle could not. Let this stillness revive what stress tried to steal. Let this gratitude prepare your heart for the greater things yet to come. You haven't peaked. You haven't finished. You've only just begun. But the next season won't be fueled by pressure. It will be sustained by peace. And that peace will be your strength. And now, here you are, standing at the edge of something eternal. Not just a season completed, but a soul transformed. You are not who you were when this began. You are lighter, stronger, clearer. You are aware now not only of who I am, but of who you are in me. Everything you've walked through was not random. Every word I spoke, every whisper that reached your spirit, every tear you surrendered in my presence, it all had purpose. You are not just changed, you are commissioned. This was never just about your healing. It was always about your calling. Not just about restoration, but about release. I've brought you through fire so you could carry flame. I've brought you through silence so you could carry my sound. The world needs what I've built in you. You don't need to wait for perfect timing. The time is now. You don't need more clarity, you need courage. And you have it. It's in your bones now. Because you know who walks beside you. I will never send you without going with you. I will never ask you to give what I haven't first given you. Every gift, every word, every act of love, I have already placed it within you. You are not empty. You are equipped. You've asked, God, will you stay with me? And my answer is forever the same. Yes, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Not in your rising or your stumbling. Not in your shouting or your silence. Not when you feel me close or when you feel nothing at all. I am your constant, your compass, your strength, your anchor. I am not seasonal. I am eternal. And you, my beloved, are forever mine. The road ahead will not always be smooth. There will be days of fire, days of wind, days when the weight feels too much again. But now you know where to go when it comes. You know where your refuge is. You've been trained in the secret place. You no longer walk hoping I will catch you. You walk knowing I am already holding you. You no longer speak hoping I hear you. You speak knowing I dwell in you. This is what it means to walk in communion. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. Daily, moment by moment, with me. Let your life remain a conversation with heaven. Let your steps remain in rhythm with grace. Let your love remain without condition. Because that's who you are now. A witness, a warrior, a worshiper. And when you feel weary again, I will be here, just like always, waiting not with judgment, but with joy, not with questions, but with arms wide open. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to prove anything. Just come. You're mine, and I delight in you, not because of what you do, because of who you are. So go now, not away from me, but with me, into your everyday, into your ministry, into your family, into your calling. Carry the light you've received. Speak the words I've spoken. Love the way I've loved you. And remember, this isn't the end. This is only the beginning. You've been awakened. Now it's time to awaken others. Shine because darkness cannot silence light. Speak because the world needs truth spoken in love. Move because stillness cannot change broken places. You carry glory now, not to store it, but to spread it. You carry my heart now, not to protect it in isolation, but to pour it out in courage. The time has come. The world is waiting. Heaven is cheering. And I am with you always.
If this message touched your heart, it's because God is near you right now. You're not alone. You're not forgotten. You are deeply loved. Stay connected with us here at Jesus Saves. Subscribe for more messages that lift your soul and draw you closer to Him. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like and share this video to be a light to someone else. Until next time, walk in grace, live in truth, and always remember Jesus saves.